I'm going to say good afternoon because it's a few minutes before afternoon. We're going to make that eggplant casserole that everybody was asking for. Some people were asking for an eggplant parmesan, and then another group wanted eggplant casserole. I think that's what it's called, an eggplant casserole? Yes? An eggplant casserole. You need a large eggplant for this one. You're going to cut the top and the bottom off. Now, he states that you can leave the skin on or not. I am not doing that. But I am going to peel it. Now your eggplants have to be heavy and firm. There is a slight give on them when you squeeze them, but you don't want any blemishes on them. And you can get a very nice eggplant. But also remember that eggplants grow on the ground, and sometimes they're next to a plant and they might have a dent in them, literally grown, you know, because the ground is not always level and they're not perfect. That gives our apples their shape sometimes. They're up against the branch leaf and you see it and you say, what's wrong with that apple? Oh, that apple just was leaning into that branch. See, they take a lot of that food and they throw it away because people want it to be perfectly round or this shape or that shape. But when you grow the food, you find out, man, they have different shapes. It's not always what you get in the store. So if a bell pepper doesn't look quite right, the only time I'm specific on my bell peppers is when I want to stuff them. But if I can't find them to stand on their own, I'll cut them in half from top to bottom and serve half bell peppers. Yeah, I go there too. And I'm sure the people who live in the country do things like that to get the food. Okay. Now here's where a branch actually leaned right into it, right here. You can actually feel the indentation on it. Doesn't make sense to cut it off. It's just where I guess I would say a twig or something rested against it, and it was just growing right there. Now you want to cut these about a 1/2 inch thick. You don't want them thin because they do cook fast. And we are going to bake these, so you'll recognize the dish as I do it. Now you're going to have to grease a casserole pan for the oven. As you can see, one eggplant's going to bake a nice dish. Now, I'm going to heat some oil up. We're only going to flour these in this one. We're not going to egg them, breadcrumb them, or anything. We're just going to take simple flour, dust them, and we're going to fry them in oil. And then we're going to put them on a plate with paper towels to drain them. You know, any excess. I don't think I'll have any excess, but anyway, just in case I do, I am going to prepare for it. And I might not have any. I have a small frying pan here. I don't want a big one. I'll just do one at a time. Like I said, I'm not in a hurry. I'm not at a restaurant. I don't have to kill myself, you know, to get meals out for people. The joy of getting older. You get to take your time. It took me a while to find the recipe again. I am sorry about that. But it's the eggplant casserole that you really want. I have my flour here. The only thing I'm going to do is this, and that's it. Now he wanted me to, well, the cookbook, I say he for my cookbooks. The cookbook had stated that they wanted me to use tomatoes. But I have tomato sauce. I've already made my tomato sauce. I am not going to do that. As a matter of fact, I'm running out of tomato sauce and canned tomatoes. So I'm going to have to buy like 5 or 10 pounds and just take them up on it. So we have to wait for this oil. We have these cut. I will tell you, we will need 2 medium onions or 1 large one. And we're also going to need a garlic. We need about 1.5 cups of either tomato sauce, if you wish, or canned tomatoes. We're going to need salt and pepper. We're going to need, what do I need breadcrumbs for? Took me a bit to find it. I don't know if you can see. You see the oil shimmering? Now it's time to put these in. Remember, they cook very, very fast if you leave them in too long. And because we're going to bake them, they don't have to be cooked all the way. We can do just partial cooking. I just don't want to get burnt. And I know I'm going to do it again. I love these designs of the eggplants. You know, it's a nice design. Yeah, I don't want to cook them until they're soggy. So I'm going to be doing this, and when I'm done frying them up, I will be back. Okay, we need 2 onions thinly sliced. I got the eggplant over there. I'm not going to bring it over yet because we don't need it yet. They actually want rings, thinly sliced. most of them are going to be that. I got my nails done, a few nails I have, because I had just cut them using my nails to hold this onion. Oh, that's a half moon, okay. When you cut an onion like this, make sure your blade is always going up, because if you go straight, it's going to go in a downward mode. So you constantly give it a little push up to do that. This is going to come off. Okay. And you see, by putting your finger like this and holding the knife, if you hold it like this, it could flip either way, but once you put that finger there and you got the thumb on the other side, that blade's not going left or right, it's going to go exactly where you point it. It's like an extension of your hand. Like when you stir something, you have to feel through that spoon at the bottom of the pot, same thing. Okay, we've got that. I need a paring knife now. We're gonna chop, maybe mince the garlic. Just 1 clove. That humming you hear in the back is my dehydrator, dehydrating the potato that I grated. Okay, let me see what else I have to put here. I know I have bell pepper we still have to do. Saute the onion and garlic and olive oil. Just until then, arrange layers of eggplant, onions, tomatoes, and chopped pepper in the casserole. Alright. We're going to put a little bit of oil in another frying pan, and we are going to saute the onions and the garlic until limp. I can't have you over here yet because I've got a mess I have to clean up here. I've got a lot of stuff here I have to deal with. This is my vegetable bag. I'm getting the peelings into it. I'll be making more stock in a bit. This bag's getting full, and I like to put about 2 bags together when I do it. So if I get this one bag packed, I'll have one more bag to fill, and I'll have vegetable stock. And when I go to the butcher's again, Staten Island Meats, I will ask them for some bones so I can show that lady how to do it. Okay. How's this one? Now we're only going to do these until they're limp, nothing else. We need to chop 1 whole bell pepper. I had yellow bell pepper in it last time I made it. You couldn't see the bell pepper, but there is a bell pepper in it. Okay. I know you can't get over there, but I got a mess here, so I don't have the room to show you, but you can hear it. I'm just sauteing them until they're limp. Okay, you got that done. Now you can take care of this. I'm going to have you in the back here again. I guess a tablespoon or so would be just fine. I think I put 2 tablespoons in to saute these onions until they're limp. Start your oven at 300. My poor oven's been working all day today. Minutes, and they'll all be done, and then we'll get this going. Now they were talking about using canned tomatoes. They wanted 1.5 cups of tomatoes, but I made tomato sauce, and I made it with tomato sauce, and that was his tomato sauce I made, James Beard. So I'm always making his tomato sauce. It is so good. I can't believe it. Everybody I give it to, they say, oh my God, that's better than anything I've ever tasted. I said, I know. He did an excellent job on this. Okay, you have to go back. I have to clean up a little here, and we'll start putting this together. Grease your casserole, pan, baking dish. I think this is a 9 by 12 or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Alright, got my eggplant here, as you can see. Hold on. You want the eggplant and then the onions, okay. I'm going to lay the eggplants in here. This is how you saw it last time. I had them slightly angled up to make them fit. And this one's going to have 4. All right, that's how I had it last time you saw it. This is exactly how I made it. The only thing is I had a yellow bell pepper. Now they want you to sprinkle the onions over this. Does it look familiar? It should be now. Let me see what goes next. Alright, you're going to put the bell pepper all over here. Now remember I had yellow bell pepper last time you saw this dish. Now they want you to sprinkle salt and pepper on this. I cannot tell you how much because this is left to taste at this point. Now what do you want on it? And basil. Tablespoon of fresh basil or a teaspoon of dry, but I'm going to put what I want on it. Okay, now what do you want? Tomatoes. This has got to be 1.5 cups of plump tomatoes. You get them in the can. I ran out, so I'm going to use tomato sauce. I put everything on it first. Well, I did. Yeah, I'm going to put everything on it. Okay. It's going to be 1.5 cups. That should do it. If I remember correctly, yeah. I put the whole 2 cups in it instead of 1.5. Now, they want you to put some breadcrumbs on this. Grated Parmesan cheese, so I've got more grating to do today. About 1/2 cup, as they say. Some of these recipes aren't quite exacting, so when you make them, you sort of have to compensate for. Like they don't really tell you how much to put on some things. Because these are older cookbooks. Women knew how to cook. So when they wrote it, they knew that she would know what he's talking about. But you think about the way things were done when I grew up and how they are today, so different. I didn't even know if this dish was going to come out. That's why I didn't do a video on it, because I said, I don't know if this is going to come out really well. Just the way it was put together. It turned out really quite well. We demolished it. See, they said put 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs on this. That's too much. That is like the 3rd recipe that says put that much breadcrumbs on it. And we don't like that much breadcrumbs on it. I might sit there, instead of using breadcrumbs, use toasted wheat germ next time, because we like that flavor more. All right, now they want you to cover this up, and we're going to bake this. Now they want this to cook for an hour. We're talking a good hour that this is going to be cooking. And we'll check it in an hour. And I will see you then. Right now I've got to plug you in, or this video is going to stop rather abruptly without my help. So I'll see you then. Okay, this is a eggplant casserole. The only thing is that I had yellow bell peppers and you couldn't see them before, but you will see the green ones. But this is the dish. And that is the whole dish, eggplant casserole. So it's delicious. So take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.